Hey, happy Friday. Welcome back to Lab Rat Sherry. Today, let's continuing the PITT journey with a laboratory insight with me. Let's start.
So, we don't know how long he was at home without breathing.
He's breathing now?
Not on his own.
But he's gonna wake up.
We certainly hope so. We're gonna know better after we get some more test results back. Are you sure that he didn't take anything that could have caused this?
No, he's a good kid. He's in college. He has a part-time job. He even chose to live at home so he can focus on school.
Dr. Robbie, from the urine.
What's that?
It's a drug test, and it is positive for fentanyl.
Ah, right there. So when she walking out with a little cassette, and then Dr. Robbie just sneak a peek and say, oh, it's fentanyl positive, it doesn't mean she just walked into our actual analytical lab and then grabbed our device and walking out. What happens over here is sites like Pittsburgh Hospital, they would have a set aside room right next to the ER that able to do some point of care testing. They are usually some very simple dipstick testing, like the urine chemical dipstick. Sometimes maybe the stool blood testing, and in this case is the urine fentanyl, which also means they probably would have the whole entire urine tox screen over there available too. And the reason we call them point of care is because they are literally handhold size device. The iStat in this show, and also blood glucose, the ones you poke your finger and get a quick blood glucose readout, those are all point of care testing. They technically still under the management of hospital laboratory. It's just the people who typically running those devices are not necessarily med techs. They could be ER techs, they could be nurses, or any other trained personnel, sometimes even CNA. The big advantage of doing that is you can get a really quick feedback on the results. And don't worry, the test procedures on those point of care devices are very dummy proof. Anybody would be able to run them. I'm not saying people outside laboratories are dummies. I'm just saying they are very nicely written, clean procedures.
Caucasian male, approximately 60 to 70 years old, found unresponsive. No signs of trauma, no ID.
On three. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Did you take anything?
Smell the alcohol from here. This guy's wearing the spring, summer, and fall collection.
Jeez.
What's wrong?
Oh, that's funny. Well, guess what? I'm hoping they don't end up sending those rats into the laboratory for testing just later on, because the guys start to show the signs of infections. In fact, in the lab, we're not just testing humans. There are the times we receive animals or parts of the animals. Like, I've personally seen rat, bat, and dead raccoons. The dead raccoons are very horrible. They stink our entire laboratory basement for over a week. Very strong smell.
Drug-seeking woman kicked off a city bus for disrupting and disturbing passengers. She's been screaming for narcotics non-stop. We found an empty Percocet bottle 5 days ago.
Why are you calling?
She's been uncooperative and combative since we picked her.
Let her go!
Stop fighting. Come the fuck down or I'm calling the cops.
My meds at home aren't working. Please, I have sickle cell.
Okay, stop. Everybody stop.
Stop!
What's your name?
It's Joyce. It's Joyce.
Joyce, is this your sickle cell pain?
Yes.
10 milligrams of IV morphine.
You really want 10?
Yes, repeat it in 5 minutes if needed. And she needs a dilaudid drip. This is a vaso-occlusive crisis.
I'm so sorry this happened. It's gonna be okay now.
Okay, so the patient screaming in pain with sickle cell disease. What happens with the sickle cell is there is one amino acid was not correct on your red cells. A normal human would have like a red cell in this disc shape or donut shape, whatever you want to call it, but it's round and it's able to squeeze around and flow in your vessel tract very smoothly. But those people, especially Pittsburgh is a relatively cooler climate, so sometimes in like the cold air could be a trigger, but there's also other triggers. when they're in a crisis, what happens is your cell turns from this shape all of a sudden into this shape. And with this shape, it's like a new moon shape. Those cells clink together and stuck at the corner of your capillary vessels or other spot, just all the corners you can think about, and they refuse to go away, they rupture and all that stuff. It causes pain. And yes, she would need painkillers, like a lot of them.
We found bolt cutters at his side, got electrocuted.
Try to steal copper?
Most likely. Power line fried his arm, and the current through his whole body stopped his heart.
Ready? Steady, lift. Add a myoglobin and a CK to the labs. 2 liters normal saline, wide open.
Dr. Santos, what are we worried about?
Rhabdomyolysis from tissue damage can kill the kidneys. Ongoing risk of cardiac irritability.
Excellent.
AP pads in place.
Guy fell off a telephone pole? No, he was on a platform.
And do you know where else we can see myoglobin? In your urine. Your urine test strip, the chemistry test strip, it can detect your urine hemoglobin. That thing will detect your urine myoglobin too. And do you know what else could cause the rhabdomyolysis besides taking a high voltage electric shock? Extreme exercise. A lot of the hospitals will actually see a spike of CK ordering post the triathlon or marathon events.
How's she doing?
Still breathing after 20 of morphine.
How's the pain, Joyce?
Oh, a little better.
You've ordered an exchange transfusion.
Figured I needed that.
What's your normal regimen at home?
Okay, so this sickle cell disease lady from earlier, she does end up needing an exchange transfusion. That is essentially taking out some of your own blood and putting some new healthy blood, because by the blood donation screening, we know everybody who donates their blood, hopefully, they are very healthy, doesn't have any transmittable disease, and having really good red cells. One of the sad facts of this is this kind of patient, every time when they get a extreme crisis, they have to have a transfusion to relieve the symptoms, not cure, treat the disease. It's just for relieve the symptoms. Because after 2 months, those transfused red cells, they will naturally die off in your body. At that point, she will all filled back up with her own sickle cells again. Each transfusion, she is exposed to new antigens that are being transfused into her. There are some patients, very unfortunately, will start to gradually develop new antibodies. Sometimes at the later time of their life, it makes blood bank to have a headache to find a unit that actually match them, because they will be having this and that kind of antibodies from the previous transfusions. Like, there are rarely any people need like 20, 30 times of transfusion in their life. But unfortunately, for a lot of severe sickle cell disease patients, it's just their life. Sometimes in the worst case, instead of finding a exact match, we have to step back and then find a least incompatible unit, just so the patient can stay alive. It's a very sad situation. Okay, that's all for this week. No laboratory mistakes. Great news for me. This is Lab Rat Sherry. I'll be seeing you next week.